Are you struggling to be liked by as a leader? Hi guys, it's JT here and I want to break down another leadership dilemma. So this dilemma is how to become more likable as a leader. And I want to give you 3 simple tools for you to do that. So I'm going to get my whiteboard out again. So 3 steps to become more likable. One thing I want to talk about being likable is authenticity. People, okay, they might listen to you if you're a leader but you're not authentic. They might listen to what you're doing, but you're more a manager to them. Being a leader is about being your true self. Humans have automatic bullshit detectors. They can sense disingenuous people and they tend to stay away from them. They don't tend to connect with them as much. So I'll tell you a little bit about my background and how I've got to this point. So I've managed a countless number of people now. I work in an industry where the staff turnover for the industry is incredibly high. And I've worked with people, I've managed people, I've led people, not specifically for my team, wider projects. So this is projects from having 1 or 2 people on the project to having 500-600 people on the project. So I've got a massive range of experience. And these are the 3 top things that I've learned on how to become more likable as a leader. They made a massive difference in my life and I know they're going to make a massive difference in your life. Number 1, smile more. Honestly, the amount of people, the amount of managers who walk into a room, don't say good morning, don't just smile at people. Like, how many times, when was the last time you smiled at someone? What do? They normally smile back. It's an instant way to connect to someone. People who smile are more likable. There's studies behind it. There's books about it. There's videos. There's so much proof. So the one time I learned this, I've always generally been a smiley person throughout my life. It's just who I am. Maybe that came from my nature of being a bit shy towards talking to people at the beginning. But I read the book by Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People. And one of the most important parts he talks about is just smiling. Generally just being yourself and smiling at someone. If you're someone who has struggled with that in the past because you thought your belief is that that's the wrong thing to do, you can start to change that. And you'll notice this, if you're someone who doesn't really smile at someone and your team understand that, they sense that, or your wider project or the people that you're around, they sense that, maybe you've got a grumpy face just naturally, like mine is generally a bit like that, but I smile a lot. So if you go up to someone and smile, they will smile back and you will see it'll be a lot easier to connect with them and talk to them. So try that. That's a very powerful one. Number 2, speak positively of others. One of the worst behaviors of managers, and this is not all managers, now I'm not having a dig at managers, what I'm saying is a lot of managers blame other people. So if they are going to a meeting with their boss and their boss says, okay, so why have you failed this year? Why are we not performing? The easiest thing to do is blame someone else. So speak negatively of others. When taking accountability of a leader and is speaking positively about other people. Because this generally goes around. If you speak badly about someone else, they'll generally speak badly about you. It's just tends to what happens. So if I'm gossiping with someone else and I'm bitching about one of the other team members, one of my employees, about how bad they are, they might go and do that with the same person. They say, oh, well, actually, Jazz is, he just talks so badly about his team. I don't think he really likes, I don't think they like him. It's just a knock-on effect. So what we call a snowball effect. You talk badly about someone else, they talk badly about someone else, and it goes on and on and on. And suddenly within your project, you've bred a culture of speaking negatively about other people. So as to be a great leader and to be more likable, always speak positively about someone else. Now, I'm not saying if someone is generally performing very badly, yes, you don't have to, there's certain routes and ways to deal with that. But when you're talking about them to someone else, you don't tell them about that. You just say, yeah, that's fine, we just got some stuff going. Like, you be very general about it. You don't go into specifics about how bad they are. Because, like I said, it starts to breed a negative culture. Speaking about positively about other people pretty much always gets people to talk positively about you, and you become more likable generally as a person. Number 3, being honest. So goes back to what I said at the beginning. Being accountable, being yourself, just being open and honest. Like I said, people don't like to be bullshitted. People don't like to be manipulated. And if you're someone who's open and honest with people, then they will generally be open and honest back. And that makes you more likable. So I use an example. So I did a coaching session, and one of the dilemmas they threw at us was that, okay, we had these actors sitting across from us, and the actor was very good, by the way. He goes, your dilemma is that I'm your employee and I've got really bad body odor, and you need to tell me that I've got really bad body odor. And I thought about, okay, how will I approach this? Do I just go in there and tell them, or do I beat around the bush? Do I get to understand what they're doing? And well, I thought, okay, let me trial this out. Let me test it out, because I've actually had to do this once. And when I did it with my employee, I just was very brutal, honest about it, but they didn't take it very well. So I thought, let me try a bit different with the actor. And when I did this, the actor, I tried to understand what's going on in their life, what they do, and then said, look, we have a few concerns. But then he didn't take it very well. So I thought, okay, so you have to read the person. But I generally felt that being honest worked the best, because it had the most effect, and it didn't harm the person as much, because the employee that I actually had to do this with in my job came up to me the next day and said, you know what, thanks for letting me know. I hadn't noticed, because they were cycling into work. They didn't notice. You don't know, if you go to the gym, you don't really notice your smell. They didn't notice. So it actually worked for the better. That's why it goes back to being open and honest. Oh, by the way, if you're a leader and you have to be in that situation, it is a tough situation. But my advice is always be honest. And it works really well. It makes you more likable as a person. So that's my 3 steps. 3 simple steps to becoming more likable as a leader. Number 1, smile. So smile more. Number 2, speak positively of others. And number 3, always be honest. Don't lie. Don't try to manipulate people. So one suggestion for you guys is read the book How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. It's had a massive inspiration on my life, and it's made a huge difference in the way I behave as a leader. And it's actually helped me to get to the point now. I read this book years ago, but it helped me to get to the point where I've developed my book, Managers Are Not Leaders. The link is in the bio, so if you're interested in that, go to the link and purchase my book, because it's an ebook as in a paperback. I've hoped you enjoyed this video, and I hope it's brought you value. My challenge to you is try these things out. Try them. Try over the course of maybe 3 weeks. Do one thing a week and see the impact it has on your life. See how it can make you more likable as a leader. If you're loving the content, click subscribe in the bottom left hand corner here. Share the video with your friends and colleagues so that we can help make a positive impact together. Thank you very much for listening. This is JT signing out.